making some turns here. It has to be a slow Sherman
Way.
There's
going to be a
so
spike strip right there because there's a, see that police unit marked out?
Right there, there's the spike strip.
There's the spike strip in the back. Usually an officer will throw that spike strip out way ahead of time, then inflate it from the side of the road. This time, boy, he just ran out there and shoved it under the back wheels. Looked like it worked.
Yeah. It doesn't look like much is in the back of the truck, but it kind of resembles a dumpster truck that's rolling around inside.
Okay, so this is Woodley, and this is part business, part residential area. We were talking about this before, too. So when they administer the spike strip, the vehicle does not stop immediately. It's going to take some time for the air to go down in the tires, and we might see sparks start flying first.
Stephanie, let me interrupt you for just a minute. If you're watching Channel 2, KCBS, you are joining us live with the pursuit in progress of a rental truck, a Penske rental truck. We've been following this live on KCAL 9.
Apparently, this started just before 8 o'clock this morning. The driver leading police on a very slow speed through surface streets on Van Nuys, wanted for grand theft auto, possibly he stole this Penske truck. And we're getting reports that he's possibly armed with knives. He also apparently tried to back up on a police officer.
Couldn't quite tell. Was that Satakoy right there, Stephanie, that he just went past?
It could be because he was leaving the Van Nuys area, so Satakoy still in that region, and he is going northbound on Woodley.
Oh, he's going northbound on Woodley.
Yeah, so Satakoy is the next street north of Sherman Way, and that was the last known whereabouts there.
Exactly. This runs in sharp contrast to a pursuit that you may have watched us cover earlier this morning between 6:30 and 7, where a guy was going way over the speed limit. And this person is really not posing a threat to anybody. That's why they're in a tracking mode from the air. That's why you don't see any black and white units behind him.
Yeah, and you can see, just to give people a landmark, this is very close, right there next to it, the Van Nuys Airport. And not far either from the 405 freeway, so paralleling that 405.
Oh, he has his hazards on. He's...
While we continue to watch on KCAL 9, those of you watching us on Channel 2, we'll be right back.
All right. Well, for our KCAL 9 viewers, you are watching a pursuit in progress of this Penske truck, apparently a stolen, possibly a stolen Penske truck. And now this guy is weaving around across lanes. I think it may be because his tires have been punctured.
I think it is. I think he's losing control in the backside. And trucks like that, driving those trucks is nothing like driving a car. No. Just the slightest move of the steering wheel, you can overcorrect very easily. And all of the weight of that truck tends to cause the vehicle to shift in a stronger motion than it would in an automobile.
Look what's going on right here. He's going through that intersection, so he's not complying with traffic. But it's confusing traffic because they don't know that this is a pursuit. It just looks like a confused truck driver, and cars are coming about, and they can't also see that bus to the side, to the right side there. The cars that weren't stopping probably couldn't see the truck over that bus. That's very dangerous intersection right there.
He made it through that intersection, fortunately, safely. Oh, there was another spike strip that was laid out.
Oh, I didn't see that. Was it? Okay.
Apparently it was laid out.
So it looks like possibly came to a stop there behind that tree.
Oh, this is in North Hills.
We've gotten that far north? Okay. And he stopped.
I can't.
The tree is blocking. All right, doesn't appear that he got out of the car.
He's getting out.
Yep, doors opening.
Where are the
Why would he stop it with an 18-wheeler in front of him? If you're watching on Channel 2, we welcome you back. We're looking at a live, slow pursuit that has come to a stop in North Hills. He's been going north through the San Fernando Valley, and the driver opened the door, shut the door, put the car back or put the truck back in gear, and continues. What we can't see is the right or passenger side rear axle, because that's where about 4 or 5 minutes ago, an LAPD officer threw a spike strip underneath that tire, or those tires, and it appeared to have worked.
He takes off again. Maybe he was having a conversation with the driver of the 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
I wonder what's in the back of that truck.
Well, it looked like, one of our producers was saying that...
All right, if you're watching us on CBS, enjoy the rest of your program with CBS This Morning, and we'll continue on KCAL.
Stephanie, to answer your question, we saw what looked like a dumpster in the back of the truck.
It's very bizarre.
It is bizarre. This whole thing is quite bizarre.
And he's still on Woodley. We just got confirmation, but once again, moving out of the Van Nuys area into North Hills. This area is a mix between businesses and residential, but this is a pretty big surface street. So you have room to maneuver there, and traffic's going to be all over the place.
Yeah, it seems pretty scattered. Woodley doesn't seem too busy right now, fortunately. But look, he pulled up alongside the other
maybe he's talking
truck.
to the guy.
I think he might.
Somebody's out.
Oh. Wait a minute, he's trying
to get into another truck.
Trying to get into another truck because of probably the flat tire.
And now the LAPD officer's running after him. They're chasing him on foot. If Sky 2 swings around, we'll be able to see it. Oh boy, that is trying to effect an arrest inside a space of about 4 feet wide between two trucks.
It's next to impossible.
That is not something you train for. Difficult. The guy who was driving in the orange shirt, he was around to the, I'll call it a cookie truck, because that's pounded on the window as if to try to get in, or maybe he wanted to call.
Because the back wheels on his.
If you look at the demeanor of the officers, well, it's actually, they're below our.
You saw that door open and close, so that driver of the other vehicle.
Moved in.
Are you guys seeing what's going on underneath the Penske truck? It looks like possibly that person that was being pursued maybe tried to. So
you think he's trying to?
Yeah, I think he's still under there. Look at that. Sort of color if he were on the ground and complying. I don't. Pull him out. Do you see what I'm seeing?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Wouldn't it make sense if he crawled out the other way?
Well, I mean, but that's providing him cover. I love how the Thomas truck starts your day happy.
You're right.
You know? And meanwhile, these guys are, you're right, Stephanie, they are. They're crawling underneath. Now that we have a better monitor here in the studio, and it looks like they're pulling him out right now toward the front.
There, they've got
him.
What
a desperate move.
They've got him.
You see the female officer, she has a taser deployed there. The wire is out on the taser. So